This is One on One. We are pleased to welcome Dr. George Abaunza, who is Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences at the great Felician College. Good to see you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Describe the School of Arts and Sciences.
Well, we are liberal arts focused, and also the sciences as well, including the social sciences. We're very broad. We're the largest school of the four schools at Felician.
And the mission of Felician?
Oh boy, well, it's the heart of it all, right? So it infuses our curriculum throughout in all of our programs, and great motivator for all of us.
Yeah, and the president there, Dr. Ann Prisco, and I have had lots of on-air and offline conversations about the work that you and your colleagues do. But the thing that we have you on here to talk about, which so fascinated me, you're originally from Nicaragua.
I was born there, yes.
Mm-hmm. But that is part of your work, part of what you do with your students. You actually take your students on a field trip every year to Nicaragua. We're going to show some photos here, your native country. Yeah. And you do what with them? As we are showing these pictures, this is, you call it a transformational experience?
It is,
Describe
and of course one of our Felician values is transformation. So here's Ed Bodner, a former valedictorian and teacher education major, who's now working in education in a New Jersey school. Here we are at the Comedor, helping to feed children. It's a very multifaceted experience. A lot of it revolves around spending time with children. So here's a center where children are at high risk in a very already poor area of Managua. Of course, Managua is one of the second poorest capital in the Western Hemisphere. And these children are at high risk, so there's neglect or abuse possibly going on in the home, and so they're brought to the Comedor to make sure that they have a semblance of the normalcy in the day, and children are cared for there. This is an organization we work with where our students are able to put together these wheelchairs that are then donated to the public. And so we're 40 wheelchairs, 25 wheelchairs, and it's something that they can actually build and leave that's concrete in the country. Here's Agape, probably the poorest school, I think, in Managua. And we're talking about 6 little classrooms, over 150 children there. And no electricity, no lighting. Sometimes you go in there and it's a dark day and you wonder how the children can read their books. And yet they survive, they persevere. Here's a farming cooperative, also part of the program. Like I said, it's very multifaceted. These are poor workers, farmers who join as a community to take care of fields. These are papayas, which are very lucrative for them.
What do the students get out of it?
They get whatever, there's so many different things you can get out of it, right? Because people are different. And so my purpose is to simply expose them to this, to give them access. I think education is a lot about access. And so, my initial experience was as a child, 4 years old, living there, my mother taking me to a very poor area of the town and seeing the dirt of the outside of the home, the same dirt as the inside of the home. And it struck me. And ever since then, I thought that there was something important about a place like that needed to be understood by us, especially in affluent society. So the students, I think, learn, they get direct access to different people, a different world. They get to go out of the classroom, so it's very much experiential learning. And transformational in the sense that it changes their perspective on things. And the idea is not so much, they'll go back and start an orphanage or work at a clinic.
What do they do with it?
Well, while they're there?
No, when they come back. What kinds of changes have you seen, Doctor? They come back, even if they don't go back to Nicaragua and do whatever, and some do, I'm sure, but when they come back, do they change their perspective on what they may want to do with their lives?
I think absolutely. I think that they come back, and many will tell you, and it's been 44 students now in 7 years that have gone on the trip, and many will tell you they just don't see their lives the same anymore, and the things that they took for granted for so long, they just simply cannot see their fellow human beings in the same way
Priorities
anymore.
change?
I think so, and that's really the idea, changing perspective, and we all need that. I mean, I enjoy the reminder every year, even though I know about life there. I get a little comfortable in my ways, and it just reorients me into what really is important. These people persevere through so much. They endure, and that's another thing to me, that our students are able to see how young people have so much resilience.
It's interesting. I think about Felician. We interview a lot of people in academia, Felician and other colleges, and at the end of this program, something I'd rather not do. I'll be talking about the gentleman, Ray Bermucci, the late chairman of the board of our production company, the Caucus Educational Corporation, who was the person who actually introduced me to Felician.
Right.
When he told me about Felician, he said it was a special place because, not just because it was a Catholic institution, a lot of Catholic universities and colleges,
Sure.
but he said that there was something about the spirit, something about the people, something about what it was they were trying to do, and also who it was, the students who were going there. What did he mean, you think?
Well, I started there in 2000, so just completed my 15th year, and since the beginning, there's been a sense of there's a serenity there that I felt as a faculty member, and I think there's something about a sense of community there. I know students who weren't
Real
in my
community?
classes. A real community.
A college, a real community.
Absolutely, and I think that the size of the college obviously helps, but there's something about the people there, the presence of the Felician Sisters. It's a Franciscan institution at heart, and not only is it part of its mission statement, but it's something that we try very hard to live throughout.
And the other initiatives at the School of Arts and Sciences, talk about them.
Yeah, very exciting. Lots of different things going on. We just received an NSF grant for $250,000.
NSF stands for?
National Science Foundation grant for $250,000 to develop a cybersecurity lab. So it's providing all the computers and programming for that, and as well as curriculum design. So we'll have a cybersecurity, we already have a concentration in that in the undergraduate major in computer science, but now we're moving towards a computer science master's degree, and so there'll be a cybersecurity concentration there as well. We're looking at the development of new interdisciplinary programs, so social behavioral sciences, humanities. We're looking at 4+2 programs where we have our students complete the undergraduate degree and move right into our graduate programs. We have a master's in counseling psychology, right? So students can do their undergraduate major in psychology or social behavioral sciences and transition into the graduate program.
Put you on the spot real quick.
Sure.
I used to talk to Ray Bermucci about this all the time, leadership. Biggest leadership lesson you've learned in your work at Felician, or as a professional, real quick, biggest leadership lesson?
I think servant leadership, trying to make others better.
Trying to make others better.
Yeah, being a facilitator. Now in my new role as Dean of Arts and Sciences, which is fairly new, I try to solve problems, and I try to facilitate things for people so that they're able to excel, so that they're able to achieve good things.
Make other people better leaders?
Yes, I think so. I think everyone can assume a leadership position, and certainly, using their abilities and skills. It's not about power in a forceful way, but empower people, right, to do more, to do as much as they're capable of doing.
Yeah. I want to thank you for joining us
Thank you
and
for having
sharing
me.
these important messages about the work you're doing, and keep up the work in Nicaragua. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now the message I wish I didn't have to deliver, but he's more than owed this. My good friend and mentor, Ray Bermucci, who served as the longtime chairman of the board of the Caucus Educational Corporation, the not-for-profit company that produces this broadcast, passed away recently. Ray was an extraordinary public servant, but an even better friend and a better human being. He served in many roles, including the former chief of staff to United States Senator Bill Bradley. He was the commissioner of the New Jersey Department of Labor, assistant Secretary of Labor in the Bill Clinton administration, a trustee at Felician College for decades. As a former labor leader, he really understood working people, and he cared for them deeply. There will never be another Ray Bermucci. He was smart and wise in ways that are so difficult to describe, and the lives he touched are immeasurable. On behalf of everyone at the Caucus Educational Corporation and the entire public television family, we will miss you, Ray. Thanks for everything.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association. Choose New Jersey. New Jersey Sharing Network. New Jersey Resources. Wells Fargo. Qualcare Inc. And by Johnson & Johnson. Promotional support provided by NJ.com. Small news, big news, true Jersey. And by NJ Biz. All business, all New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.